So this is the PlayStation Plus Instant Games Collection for February 2017. First up on the PlayStation 4, hold on to your asses, it's a AAA title. It's LittleBigPlanet 3. Thank you to We Like to Play for the footage there. This originally came out in November 2014, got a OpenCritic average of 79% and a user average of 72%. Now this is Media Molecule's ultra cutesy 2D platformer, which comes with a set of level designing tools so that you can spend months on a masterpiece, post it online, and then have Sony take it back down again because of copyright. Basically, this is a series that brought us Sackboy, the character that's so cute they named him after a testicular bag. Although this game is also on the PS3, as I mentioned, the PS4 version does have the most impressive graphics. However, Media Molecule promised when they released the first one that they were going to build upon that rather than just pump out sequels. And then, of course, they quickly started pumping out sequels. Now, there's of course. What else could we expect? Very little new between the instalments as well. Once you've played one LittleBigPlanet game, even the Vita one, you've pretty much played them all. And the diminishing scores on each instalment are testament to this as well. Also, and I'd like to emphasise this, for a platform game, the platforming itself is often... tell me if you feel the same about this, actually.
I find the physics are very off.
Absolutely, and I find it frustratingly imprecise. An unintuitive physics engine, I find. And I don't know, it just never feels that great as a platform game, which when you consider that this is basically a platform game is...
premise of it.
Absolutely. It is nevertheless a AAA title, albeit one that's been a fiver for some time now in the PlayStation Store. So let's move on, shall we? Let's see what other delights Sony has got for us. Like, for example, Not a Hero. Thank you to TorqueL for the footage here. This is also on the PS4. February 2016, this was originally released. Got an OpenCritic average of 75%. Only 63% in terms of user ratings, though. This is a pixel art 2D side-scrolling shooter with cover-based elements from Roll7 Games, who are the makers of Oli Oli, and indeed Oli Oli 2, skateboarding game in case you don't know. It's fun in short bursts, but a disappointing story, brief running time, and yes, you guessed it, too high a difficulty curve, hamstring its desirability. Not a Hero is also not a classic.
It's so annoying seeing all these indie games coming month in with like 2 bad difficulty curves.
This is the thing, I mean, I quite like indie games, but I might set myself a challenge next month to actually pre-write the write-ups for all of the games, because the indie games that seem to appear on PlayStation Plus they always seem to be pixel art, and they always seem to be too bloody hard. But anyway, let's see what else awaits us on PlayStation 3. This is Starwall. Thank you to Stumped for the footage. This is cross-buy with PlayStation 4, so you do get the PS4 version as well. This was out in February 2015, got an OpenCritic average of 72%, 63% in terms of user averages. Something else that's a common theme is these scores as well, actually. They never really deviate from that point. This is a competitive multiplayer game which supports up to 4 players locally, in which you take control of a space narwhal, or indeed Starwall. Instead, that pun is as good as it gets. Against 3 others, while what the game makers described as wiggling all over the place in spastic fits of salty marine protest. Now, that begs the question, why didn't they call the game Space Spastic? They kind of missed an opportunity there. It's reminiscent of Gang Beasts in a certain way, I suppose. It's good fun when you can get 4 people together in front of the TV. Pretty pointless on your own, though. One to sort of briefly crack out at parties. That is, until you can be that guy that cracks out a Nintendo Switch and 8 people can gather around its tiny screen and play Mario Kart on those silly little Joy-Con controllers. Next up is Anna Extended Edition. This is also for the PlayStation 3. No cross-buy on this, unfortunately. Thank you to That's Umph for the footage there. March 2015, this was originally released, although it's based on a PC original that came out in 2013. It's not on OpenCritic, so it's got a Metacritic average of 75%, user average of 61%. It's a psychological horror, which the game makers describe as being reminiscent of Amnesia and Silent Hill. I'm willing to bet it's probably not as good as either of those, though. Yeah, so I saw it described as a point-and-click affair, but I don't know how accurate that is. It looks fairly first-personish to me. First-person, well, not shooter, but...
Maybe on a PC it was more point-and-click, possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
Point-and-click, maybe.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I should point out, this is the extended edition, which does apparently improve upon the original, although some glitches remain and the story is not particularly compelling, nor indeed coherent. What is first up on the PlayStation Vita? Well, I'm pleased you didn't ask, because it's Ninja Senki DX. Thank you to Stumped for the gameplay footage of this. Oh no, sorry, Stumped Ricky. This is also cross-buy with PlayStation 4, I should add, so if you can't be bothered to get your Vita out for this, then you could also not be bothered to get your PS4 out for it either. February 2000...
Them scores are very... Well, especially for user average.
Well, exactly. We've got some real treats in the forms of scores coming up. February 2016 this was released, so about a year old. 69% on OpenCritic, but user rating of 44%.
Oh, that is low, very low.
An 8-bit style platformer, which looks like a cross between Mega Man and Mario, but yeah, I'm going to start trademarking these phrases. Not as good as either. We need a little ding sound or to like pre-record them or something. So not as good as either. Too hard. You control a ninja through a series of somewhat repetitive shooty jumping levels before getting bored relatively quickly. And go on, have a guess.
A massive difficulty curve.
It's too hard. Or quite hard. Let's go with quite hard. And let's also go on to the last game on the PlayStation Vita this month, which is TorqueL. Thank you to New Matchin for the gameplay footage here. This is also cross-buy with PlayStation 4, actually. So PS4 owners do at least get, I believe, what's that? So that's going to be 5 games on PS4 by the looks of it.
We could save it in for a treat, but
well,
maybe not.
Yeah, probably not the best choice of words. No. August 2015, this was released. It got a Metacritic average of 60%, although that is only based on 2 reviews because no one else could be bothered to play it. It appears that this is big in Japan, going by the fact that this was the top YouTube results were all Japanese channels actually. So. It looks like it's a big deal over there. This is basically a stylish 2D puzzle platformer which requires you to propel a square through the levels by extending columns from its centre mass. While it's a nice idea, cleanly presented, the controls have been criticised, and the lack of a quick restart means that the trial and error approach can become annoying too quickly. What is your pick of the month?
Probably LittleBigPlanet 3 by default.
It's absolutely by default. I mean, the thing I said, I don't mind indie games, but really uninspiring scores. LittleBigPlanet 3 is literally the top scorer with 79% in terms of a critic average. All the other games fall below that, and obviously they're indies as well.
I mean, I don't mind good indies. We haven't really seen any indies with a good inspiration or something we think that actually looks interesting. You just look at it and think, oh.
Yeah, and they do. I don't think any of this month's games are actually mobile phone ports, but they kind of look a bit mobile phony, don't they?
Maybe that's what Sony are going for.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, all the kids are playing games on their mobile phones these days. Let's see if we can compete with that by buying up loads of games that look as though they should be on the mobile. Hey, Nintendo have put Mario on the mobile, so let's get games that look like real mobile games instead of approximations of actual things that people want to play. Needless to say, Xbox Games with Gold administers yet another dropkick to Sony's gonads this month. There's no doubt about that. But hey, like every month, pretty much. Let's hope that LittleBigPlanet does kick off a new initiative of putting AAA titles on the PlayStation 4, and that we actually get. I mean, the one everyone wants is Knack, obviously, even though that's.
I was about to say, I swear over Christmas, Knack was like $5 over Christmas in the sales. Why isn't Knack and a few others being on PlayStation Plus? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, Infamous, why isn't that being on there?
Infamous Second Son is a really good game. Or at least it was 3 years ago when I played it. It might not be now.
Again, it's 3 years old. It's been cheap in sales. Just why not?
Exactly. Just snap it up.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if they put Knack and Second Son both in the same month. People might think, actually, that's why I'm paying my PlayStation Plus subscription.
And I'm seeing quite a lot of people now on the PlayStation blog and the various other places that the list is published, claiming at least that they're going to not bother renewing their PlayStation Plus subscription. I mean, I know you have to have it if you want to play multiplayer, but not everyone plays multiplayer. So,
and if you don't want to renew it as well, check that your settings aren't set to automatically renew it, because mine got automatically renewed without me realising. This month.
Oh, really?
Obviously I wanted to get it from a CD key seller, so I would have saved £5, but it's not the end of the world, but it's still frustrating, so I had to go in and change them settings. Yeah,
it is annoying, because and even if you've already switched it off, keep in mind that when you renew, it automatically switches back on again, so you have to go in there every time that you renew as well. So yeah. That's not at all shifty, is it?
Not at all.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think in the comments below. I know one of our viewers in particular has plenty of opinions about this. Yes, we're talking about you, Matthew 0606, was it 1999?
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, do tell us what you guys think in the comments below, and do please also hit the like and subscribe buttons. That really helps us out. We will catch you next time on parallaxlive.com.